The reason why most people fail to break their addiction, and nobody's really talking about this. It took me 31 years in order to figure this out. And I want to share this with you today. Now, I already know what you're thinking. Hey, Dave, I am not an addict. And the funny part is that I actually thought the same thing a while back. But I truly believe now that everyone's an addict in some way, shape, or form, whether it be addicted to our phone, streaming movies, TV shows, video games, food, working out. There's just so many addictions. You got bad ones, and then we got our good ones. So we're really going to concentrate on the bad ones because this is what we can do in order to help ourselves break us free from those bad addictions. Now, here is the crazy part. The crazy part is that my friend and I, about 7-8 years ago, were sitting down after we just got done playing a game of darts. And we sat there and said, hey, we believe we have a problem. And we both hated our lives. And we wanted to break away from exactly who we were, who we are. And we both said that we were alcoholics. And, that's kind of like the first step to where admitting that, you have a problem. And we both said, tomorrow, the next day, we're going to go to an AA meeting hall and we're going to go into a meeting and we're going to stop doing what we're doing. So, of course, we went to bed that night. Woke up, went to work. We both worked together. And then next day, of course, I knocked on his door after working, and he was sitting there with a 12-pack of beer and a whole bunch of hard liquor. So we never went anywhere. We never moved forward from that day. Now, of course, most people would stop here, but we need to take a look at the 12 steps. And that step one is admitting, hey, I have a problem, that my life is unmanageable. Now, my life was very unmanageable, and I'm going to tell you that I was sitting there about 5-10 minutes before 6 a.m. every morning. And here in Arizona at 6 a.m. that's when they actually start to serve liquor, is at 6. And I was waiting about 5-10 minutes before that because I wanted to get about a pint and slam that before my day started, because that's exactly how I would start my day. Now, it turns out that leads us actually to the next step, which is going to be step 2, admitting to ourselves that there's something greater out there, right? The definition of spirituality is believing in something greater than ourselves. And once we can actually start breaking free from that and believing that, the world doesn't revolve around us, that there is something greater out there, whether it be the universe, God, Buddha, Jesus, whatever you believe in, that's great. That's something that you're going to need in order to start with these steps and moving forward. But you got to have that belief that you're not the world, that you're not God. All of this is important, but the next one is actually more important. And that has to do with ego. Turning our ego and our life over to the care of God. Now, here's the funny part is I already know what you're thinking. I don't have an ego. Everybody has an ego. Great book is The Ego is the Enemy. But we all have an ego, that self-awareness deep down that, we believe that we are God. I know in my addiction, I actually thought I was God, that I could control everything, that everyone I could control or manipulate in one way, shape, or the other. And that is not even the case. Like, I cannot do any of that. And I had to really start letting go of my ego, who I was. And that was something that was very difficult. Going with the flow, like they would say in Taoism. Actually tying all this together is the most important part. Okay. Step 1 is just like admitting that we have a problem, that our life is unmanageable. If you're waking up in the morning and wanting to drink, then you may have a problem. I know I did. Now, number 2, of course, is believing in something greater than yourself, spirituality. That doesn't mean you have to believe in a God or whatever the case, deity that you need, but you do need to believe in something greater than yourself. You need to put something ahead of yourself. Then number 3, of course, is the fact that we need to start stepping away from our ego and allowing that spirituality, that higher power to take over not just our ego, but our life and guide us in the direction that we were meant to be in. Tying all of this together can actually help you move forward and break free from this addiction. Now, if you liked this video, please check out this one right here, because this one is actually going to lead you to the next step that you need to take.